Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and we got some breaking news here. The Commanders just announced the following roster moves: released cornerback Emmanuel Forbes. We're going to be talking about that. And they also placed Austin Ekeler on IR. So, releasing of cornerback Emmanuel Forbes. Let's talk about that one first. So, this came out at 4 p.m., so roughly 30 minutes ago. And it's kind of a shock that they released him now, but also kind of not a shock. I thought that they would release him after the season ended because right now Lattimore isn't healthy, and with us releasing him, now we only have four healthy cornerbacks, and Lattimore is doubtful for tomorrow's game, so he might not even go. But they just decided to, you know what, Forbes, we're gonna release you now. He's gonna go on waivers, try to find another team before the season ends, and see if he can work out a contract with that team. So, kind of did Forbes right there. But you could say that the writing was on the wall because the last time Forbes even played a defensive snap was probably versus either the Bears. Yeah, it was. I think it was versus the Bears. If not the Bears, versus the Panthers when he had that interception. So that was all the way back week 7, week 8. That was all the way back in October. Tomorrow is December. December 1st. December starts tomorrow. And first game of December, obviously tomorrow versus the Titans. So we decided to release him now. And I don't hate the move. Look, Forbes has been awful for us. I hated the pick when we drafted him. We all wanted Christian Gonzalez. If not Christian Gonzalez, would have been fine with like Joey Porter Jr., although he is very, very, very handsy. Like, he gets a lot of holding calls, but I would have been fine with him, and I would have been fine with Brian Branch as well. But we decided to take the one guy I would not have been fine with if we took at that spot, and we took Emmanuel Forbes, right? So I didn't like Forbes. He ran a 4.3 out the combine, but to be honest, on tape, didn't really look like he ran a 4.3. And obviously, in the 2023 season, it really didn't look like he ran a 4.3. Like, he got cooked by A.J. Brown. He got cooked by a number of receivers that season as well. I mean, Forbes was just awful for us, and we made the right decision moving on from him, right? I already thought we were going to move on from him, after the season, but we just decided to pull the plug now, which I am not against at all. So you could, we'll see what happens with Lattimore tomorrow. Does the release of Forbes now make it that he's going to play tomorrow, Marshawn Lattimore? I don't think so because he is listed as doubtful and they have not upgraded, his status. But, man, the releasing of Forbes, man, like I said, you saw the writing on the wall. He was literally playing under Michael Davis. Michael Davis would be the fourth cornerback coming in. That's how you know it was going to be over soon for Forbes, whether that's during the season or after the season, and they decided to cut him right now. And with this releasing of Forbes, Adam Peters continues to get rid of Ron Rivera's trash, his mess from 2019 to 2023, and Ron came here in 2020, so guess we'll start there. Obviously, drafted Chase Young at 2, and I'll give Ron some slack there because, Chase Young, he was expected to be this generational prospect, generational defensive end prospect, future Hall of Famer, and he just wasn't that at all. So it was the right pick at the time, and Chase Young just didn't turn out for us. So I'll cut Ron some slack there. But in 2021, you picked Jamin Davis over Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who was obviously the better linebacker prospect. You picked him over Christian Darrisaw, who was the best tackle prospect at that spot, and we needed a tackle. And you decided to pick Jamin Davis, who, when the pick was made, I was mad. The more I slept on it, I was like, okay, I was okay with the pick because very athletic guy. He is a little bit raw, so he'll need maybe a season, but he could work out. But he just never worked out. We played him out of position at Mike linebacker in his rookie year and just didn't work out for us, right? So that was a bad pick. Jahan obviously got traded. He hasn't done anything with the Eagles this season, so once again, another bad pick. I wanted Kyle Hamilton or Chris Olave at 11. We decided to trade back, and obviously, Jahan didn't work out. And obviously, Forbes hasn't done anything with us, right? Has not done a single thing with us. Has 2 interceptions, but honestly, that's just not enough, right? That's just not enough. He hasn't made enough plays. He sold us many games in the past, like the Eagles game last year, and honestly, you could say the second Eagles game as well. And at least with Jahan Dotson and Jamin Davis, Jamin, he got better after his rookie year. Like, he looked better in 2022 and looked a little bit better in 2023. But we just decided to, move on from him. He wasn't the guy that Adam Peters and Dan Quinn drafted, and he really wasn't getting used here, so they just decided to cut him earlier in the season. He is on the Lions, or I think he's on the Vikings practice squad now. Not sure, but either on one of those teams' practice squads. But yeah, we decided to cut him earlier. And then with Jahan, he had a good rookie season, but took a bit of a drop off, a sophomore slump, in obviously his second year. And this training camp, he just wasn't looking like what this offense required, Cliff's offense required, and Adam Peters decided to trade him to the Eagles, and that's that. So those guys at least showed some promise, but with Forbes, he just didn't show anything really. So I do 100% agree with the decision to cut him now. Forbes was just an awful pick from the jump, man. We all wanted Christian Gonzalez or Brian Branch, or I wanted Brian Branch or Joey Porter Jr. or Christian Gonzalez. And Ron, man, it's just unbelievable how bad of a draft, or how bad of a prospect evaluator he was, how bad of a draft evaluator he was, right? Like, he was so bad at picking talent, scouting talent. Man, it was bad, man. Ron was terrible, but yeah, those were all of his first round picks, and now all 4 of them are officially gone. So that's that with Forbes. Obviously, wish him the best of luck. Like I said, it just didn't work out with us at all. A lot of fans, including myself, hated the pick when we drafted him, but just didn't work out. I think he'll get picked up by a team, still young. I think he's like 23 or 24. So he'll probably get picked up by another team off of waivers, and, hope him the best of luck. And then as for the other roster moves we made, we placed Ekeler on IR, so that is very unfortunate right there. He's going to miss at least the next 4 games. Honestly, probably the rest of the regular season. If we make the playoffs, then that's when Ekeler will most likely come back. So him being placed on IR tells you that the concussion is pretty serious. So, hopefully Ekeler gets back right soon, and hopefully he can return after the 4 games, and hopefully, we'll make the playoffs and he is back then. And then we elevated 2 guys from the practice squad, Carl Davis and Zane Gonzalez. Zane Gonzalez obviously going to be our kicker from here on out. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Comment down below your thoughts on the team's decision to release Emmanuel Forbes. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.